The places you'll find America's former presidents. We tend to think of former presidents as having one last home, usually near the nation's capital, where they retire and die. But in fact, that's not always the case at all. Some former presidents have chosen to leave Washington, D.C., or even the country entirely after they leave office, in order to pursue other interests and forge new lives outside of the public eye. Here are some examples of what these places look like and where you can find them exactly if you want to see them yourself. You get gorgeous meals made for you by the White House kitchen staff when you live in the White House. With a $100 budget, dozens of decorations will take care of your needs. In the White House, there are also some caveats. For example, you're not allowed to open windows, change certain rooms, go anywhere you want without permission, or own an iPhone without having extreme security settings that have been likened to a child's device. Even so, leaving the White House can be quite a jarring experience, especially when the president and his family return to normal life. In addition to the transition funding, they get 10 years of Secret Service protection and 30 months of private staffing for a salary not exceeding $150,000. So they're not exactly thrown out into the cold, but there's still a lot of adjusting to be done. The big question is, where do they go? We'll learn just how much these spaces cost, where they are located, and why former presidents choose to live there. Barack Obama. After serving as president from 2009 to 2017, Obama was very vocal about his retirement plans. Despite many expectations, Obama chose to stay in Washington, D.C. to allow his youngest daughter Sasha to finish her education rather than purchase a property. Michelle and Barack decided to lease their home in the upscale neighborhood of Colorama, which is an 8,200 square foot mansion with 9 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and sold for $6.2 million. As the world's most expensive homes are found in Washington, D.C., their price makes some sense. And although the exterior of the residence has a vintage cottage look, the interior offers a minimalist modern approach. The kitchen, with accents of white, gray, and black, is well stocked with top of the line appliances and food. With the kitchen staff of the White House disbanded, they probably get some use. Also in the kitchen, you'll find an area that can store your books and beverages. For me, I might use that space to store cooking oils. Beyond the living room, you'll find a series of seating areas. The window panels of the living room support the sleek lines and minimalist colors found in the interior, while still blending the design of the home with a vintage style. The living room is subtle and cozy, with a big fireplace for wintry nights. And yes, more green and white. The dining room added a weathered wood ceiling, which contrasts the original wooden floor and white walls. Also in the dining room is a chandelier that will turn heads. The bathroom features a black and white patterned walls with a black, white, and gray tile floor. I have a hard time imagining the former president doing business here, but I suppose I shouldn't be trying. Upstairs, there's a living room where you can curl up and watch movies, and a room where you can work out and read in the mornings. The master bedroom has a vintage window and a sleek minimalist feel of the bedroom. But there's a rather noisy walk-in closet. Outside, you'll find a large courtyard and backyard with plenty of room to relax and enjoy the sun. George W. Bush. While in office, George W. Bush had some of the highest and lowest approval ratings in history. He never did his country roots, however. Thus, it made sense of him to return to Prairie Chapel Ranch, his ranch home 25 miles west of Waco, after leaving office. Ariel Sharon, the Israeli Prime Minister, Vladimir Putin, King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, British Prime Minister Tony Blair, and Spanish King Juan Carlos were also among the prominent world leaders who visited. George returned to the ranch to recover and relax after his presidency, and it's easy to see why it's 16,100 acres of open space and 40 miles of bike and horse trails. This property boasts 3 miles of waterfront, a 22-acre man-made pond fashioned by a very hands-on President Bush. filled with fish and reaching 17 feet deep in the pond. There is also a sizable grove on the property, making the 4-bedroom, 400 square foot house. There is a 10-foot porch that encircles the house with a tin roof, and I often used to enjoy it when it rained. Plus, there is also a guest house and the garage on the southwest side of the main house of the property. The complex also includes a helicopter hangar, which is rare in your average ranch. Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton served as President of the United States from 1993 to 2001. He went from living in government housing for the nearly 18 years of his presidency, meaning that transitioning back to a normal life after he left the Oval Office was difficult. Even so, he's set to inherit an imposing property in Old House Lane in Chaparral, New York. Bill and Hillary Clinton just bought a 5,242 square foot property there for $1.7 million, with values today being more than estimated. The 11-room colonial is sitting on 1.1 acres, surrounded with a large white fence with a small gatehouse. A lush front yard features a New England-style home that includes classic details. On the grounds, there is a detached red shed located in the garage. Considering how private the Clintons are about their home, the last time the public saw it had a distinctive 90s look. Although I enjoyed my time in the 90s, I can do without it in my house. It has a nice dining room and a cozy study area with a large library. House Decors contains items from his time as president as well as his travels around the world, including items from Africa, Asia, and the Pacific Islands. Bill also bought a home in Washington, D.C., in an area known as Embassy Row, in 2000 when Hillary ran for senator. It is a 5-bedroom, 5-bath Georgian-style home with several living rooms to choose from. It is situated on the tree-lined lot that is little more than a third of an acre. A large pool and sun lounging area in the backyard are surrounded by trees and flowers, providing privacy and seclusion. Upon purchasing the home, the Clintons added a solarium for relaxation in the sun. However, the home has curved doorways and bright colors that contrast with their mansion in New York, which is a formal dining room with bold walls, a family room with a large bookshelf, and a meeting room. What do you think about this former president's home? Which president is living the most lavishly? Tell me in the comments below.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment.